Good day, everyone. Praise be Jesus and Mary. I am Ms. Shannon May Bilising from the Student Development Office, and this is our third webinar. And this webinar is for our students and parents. For today, I will be discussing online gaming and social media use. When is it really too much? So lahat tayo ay madalas na, or most of our time, we use social media platforms. Lagi nating hawak ang ating mga gadgets, cellphones, tablets. Lagi tayong nakatutok sa ating mga laptops. And of course, some people do online games or online gamers. But now, let us first talk what is all about social media. So, total population of 7.75 billion people, 51.19 billion of them are unique mobile phone users. 4.54 billion are internet users, and 3.80 billion are active social media users. Social media is the #1 way in which teenagers spend their leisure time. Ito po yung madalas nating ginagamit or mas madalas nating gawin, ang paghawak or ang paggamit ng ating mga gadgets, ang pag-browse ng ating mga social media platforms or social media accounts. Ito po yung nagko-consume ng ating araw. So the average internet user now spends 6 hours and 43 minutes online each day. This is worldwide. And if we allow 8 hours a day for sleep, that means we currently spend more than 40% of our waking lives using the internet. The world's internet users will spend a cumulative 1.25 billion years online in 2020. Internet users in the Philippines spends an average of 9 hours and 45 minutes compared to the Japanese, wherein they only spend for an average time ng 4 hours and 22 minutes per day. Of course, napaka-importante din ng ating age in terms of internet access and internet usage. And the gender. According to some studies, women are most likely to be unconnected or more likely to be unconnected compared to men. In particular, women in Southern Asia are 3 times less likely to use social media compared to men, offering meaningful insight into broader internet connectivity in the region. So, kadalasan kasi ang according to the studies, kadalasan ay mga lalaki ang madalas gumamit ng social media. Plus the fact that they are more into online gaming. So, ito po yung mga use of mobile apps by category. So, 89% mga chat apps, 89% din ang gumagamit ng mga social networking apps, 65% are entertainment or video apps, 47% are into games, 66% are into online shopping, 52% are into music, 65% are into maps and of course in looking for directions, 35% are into banking apps, 11% used for dating apps, and 26% are for health and fitness apps. So in an average time, assuming that there's an average time of 3 hours and 40 minutes, 50% of that time, we use it on using social and communication apps. 21% are for video and entertainment apps, 9% are for playing games, and 19% for using other kinds of apps. So Filipinos are still the world's most social people. I know, alam niyo naman ito at nabalita rin ito sa mga news. With an average internet user aged 16 to 64 spending almost 4 hours per day on social media platforms. It is a very different picture at the other end of the scale though, with internet users in Japan spending an average of just 45 minutes per day using social media. So napakalaki ng difference ng mga Pilipino sa mga Hapon sa paggamit ng mga social media platforms. Of course, when talking about social media, hindi natin pwedeng alisin ang Facebook. At Facebook pa rin po ang nangunguna sa mostly used or widely used social media platforms. Facebook audience now stand at 1.95 billion. Facebook users will reach to 1/3 of all world's adults aged 18 and above. and more than half of all the world's adults aged 18 to 34. So aside from Facebook, we should also talk about TikTok dahil ito po ay madalas nating makita ngayon. Even in Twitter, even in Facebook or YouTube, ito yung mga nakikita nating mga videos. TikTok was probably the media's top social story in 2019. 800 million ang users nito, monthly active users. However, may mga rumors regarding this app. Sinasabi ng ibang mga foreign news na ang TikTok daw ay nakaka-infiltrate or bina-violate ang mga security settings ng ating mga users. And also, that is why there are some countries na binan talaga ang paggamit ng TikTok because they are afraid na baka mamaya ay nakikita na pala ng ibang tao ang mga bawat kilos nila. But according to an article from the New York Times, posible nga naman talaga na some Chinese intelligence authorities could really intercept or infiltrate on our smartphones. But still, napaka-importante pa rin po ng guidance ng mga magulang, guidance ng inyong mga guardian, para ma-monitor kung ano ba ang ginagawa ninyo specifically in using TikTok. And of course, in other social media apps, kailangan na talagang namomonitor ang bawat isa sa paggamit nito because we all know that there are advantages and disadvantages of using such apps. Now, so we're talking about advantage. These are the advantages of social media use. Of course, nakakatulong naman ito at marami ding benefits tayong nakukuha as we use social media. It allows you to keep in touch with people. Socialization, even for the most introverted people. Of course, kahit na isa kang introvert or mahihain ka, by the use of social media, nakakapag-socialize, nakakapag-interact ka with other people. It speeds up communication. It eases loneliness. It promotes safety and save lives in times of crisis. Promotes compassion and empathy. Support personal growth. Timely support during personal crisis. Support your talent and craft. Set you on your path as a lifelong learner. It strengthens our relationship with other people. It enables us to become an inspiration. It influences you to live a healthier life, promotes compassion and empathy, as I've said earlier, spreads positivity, and allows you to have fun. So ito yung mga bagay na nakakatulong or advantages ng paggamit ng social media. It could be an inspiration. Pwede nating maipakita ang ating mga talent by the use of social media. We could easily communicate with other people, especially yung mga family members natin na nasa ibang lugar, nasa abroad. And ang dami-dami nating pwedeng magawa or ang dami-dami nating pwedeng makuha na bagong knowledge, dami nating pwedeng mapagkaabalahan when using social media. But of course, there are also disadvantages. And this can cause addiction. Social media use can cause addiction. It may trigger insecurities because nakikita natin yung iba't ibang post ng ibang tao and kapag nakikita natin na hindi iyon nag-fit sa ating lifestyle, syempre, there are times that we could get insecure because of yung mga nakakamit or nararating nila. It enhances your fear of missing out. It increases the risk of depression, falling behind tasks, of course, dahil too much use of social media, overloads you with information, your privacy becomes at risk. Katulad ng sabi ko nga kanina, not only the TikTok, but yung ibang apps din may put our privacy at risk. Can be psychologically damaging, negatively affects academic performance, prevents you from having real human contact and interaction, makes you doubt of your own judgment. It makes you less productive. You are exposed to violence, weight gain and other health complications, and missing out on opportunities to be with family. So, may mga negative impact din ang paggamit ng social media. Katulad nga ng we are really exposed to violence, yung mga videos, yung mga online games na nakikita natin na may mga aggressive behaviors. Of course, it could make us less productive kasi masyado tayong nakafocus lang sa ating mga gadgets and so on. We also have social media addiction. Checking and scrolling through social media has become an increasingly popular activity over the last decade. Although the majority of people's use of social media is non-problematic, there is a small percentage of users that become addicted to social networking sites and engage in excessive or compulsive use. Social media addiction is a behavior or behavioral addiction that is characterized as being overly concerned about social media, driven by uncontrollable urge to log on or use social media and devoting so much time and effort to social media that it impairs other important life areas. Of course, we could only say na social media addiction na siya kapag nahihinder na nito yung mga daily activities mo, hindi mo na nagagawa yung mga dapat na gagawin mo, yung mga activities mo, mga projects mo, because you are really focused or you're really into using your social media accounts. So, hindi naman agad-agad masasabi natin na addiction siya. But how does social media affects their brain? Of course, because of using social media, nagkakaroon tayo ng rush sa ating dopamine. And because of this dopamine, ito yung nagkukos para maka-feel tayo ng pleasure. Social media provides an endless amount of immediate rewards in the form of attention from others for relatively minimal effort. So we could gain attention just by posting something, just by telling something. Nakaka-gain tayo ng attention from other people through the use of social media. Therefore, the brain rewires itself through this positive reinforcement, making people desire likes, retweets, and emoticon reactions. Another perpetuating factor of social media addiction is the fact that the reward centers of the brain is most active when people are talking about themselves. So, ang ating brain ay lalong umaandar when we really talk about ourselves. In real life, it is estimated that people talk about themselves about 30 to 40%. But because of the social media, ang oras na lagi nating sinasabi or binabanggit or we are showing off our life and our accomplishments is about 80% of our time. So when a person posts a picture and gets positive social feedback, it stimulates the brain to release dopamine, which again rewards that behavior and perpetuates the social media habit. So because we are being recognized, we gain attention, uulitin ulit natin yun because ang dami nating likes, ang daming mga emoticon reactions. Gusto natin na when we post another picture, when we post another video, ganun ulit kadami yung likes or responses na makukuha natin. Now, if you're wondering if you have social media addiction, tanungin nyo ito sa inyong mga sarili. Do you spend a lot of time thinking about social media or planning to use social media? Do you feel urges to use social media more and more? Do you use social media to forget about personal problems? Do you often try to reduce use of social media without success? Do you become restless or troubled if unable to use social media? Do you use social media so much that it has had a negative impact on your job or your studies? If you answered yes to more than 3 of these questions, then you may have or be developing a social media addiction. That is why kailangan ninyong i-evaluate ang sarili ninyo. Baka mamaya sobra-sobra na pala talaga ang paggamit nyo ng social media. So how did we reduce social media use? Of course, keep apps out of sight so they are out of mind. So bigyan natin ng time schedule, ng timetable, kung kailan lang tayo gagamit ng ating mga gadgets, kailan lang tayo mag-online. And if possible, pwede rin natin i-delete yung mga unnecessary apps. Turn off your notifications para hindi ka na-tempt na buksan ito lagi. And you could also turn off your data or tanggalin nyo yung connection ng phone nyo sa wifi ninyo para naman malesen yung time ng paggamit nyo. Use apps to help you limit your time on social media. Ito yung mga pwede nyo gamitin para malesen or mabawasan or malimit ang inyong paggamit, like yung forest, yung daywise, and do not disturb feature on iPhone. On Instagram, under your activity in account settings, you can see how much time you spend daily using the app. So, hindi lang naman sa Instagram, but also there are some phones na makikita mo kung gaano taas yung percentage ng activity or yung paggamit mo ng mobile data or even your internet. So, pwede nyong makita yon, and then you will know how to lessen your use on social media. Spend an hour a week or at least one screen-free day. Spend kayo ng isang buong araw, kahit isang buong araw lang muna, na hindi nyo muna talaga hahawakan ang inyong mga cellphones, ang inyong mga gadgets. It could be on your weekends because syempre nag-aaral kayo during weekdays and we have the online classes. So kahit isang Sabado lang, isang Linggo lang na wala talaga kayong hahawakan na gadget at hindi kayo mag-connect sa internet. And by that, you can do your hobbies, you can have yoga classes, you may read a book, plant on your garden, you may walk your dog, you may walk or you may walk your friend's dog. And syempre, ang dami nating pwedeng gawin aside from just using our gadgets. Pwede kang maglaro, pwede kang mag-create ng new hobby mo like yung cooking, yung mga painting nga. So, ang dami-dami nating pwedeng gawin kung hindi natin ginagamit ang ating mga gadgets. Enjoy a phone-free breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner. So I am guilty with this. There are times that I'm really using my phone while I'm eating. But good for those people, especially those household na talagang strict ang parents, bawal talagang gumamit ng phones during breakfast, lunch, or kahit kailan kumakain ka. So iwasan natin ito. Hindi talaga siya magandang habit. And of course, during your during that time, during the times when you are eating with your family, spend that time talking to them, asking them kung kamusta na ba sila, updating each other with your own lives, kung ano na ba yung mga pinagkakaabalahan ninyo. Huwag ninyong laging hawakan lang ang phone ninyo, especially when you are doing this kinds of things, especially when you are eating. Kasi napaka-importante na mas open kayo sa isa't isa ng family members mo. Leave your phone outside the bedroom. Of course, may times na kapag matutulog na tayo, hindi tayo agad makatulog because we are using our phones. Natitempt tayong hawakan ito. Kapag kumilaw, agad-agad kukunin mo na siya. So, kapag bedtime na talaga, or even during your breaks, ilayo nyo sa inyong phone niyo para hindi kayo matempt na hawak-hawakan ito. At of course, because i-open mo siya, mag-browse ka na naman at hindi ka magkakaroon ng time to rest. Remember, lahat ng sinabi ko that those are just tips and it's all about baby steps. It's probably not realistic to try to go from spending 2 hours a day on social media to 20 minutes all at once. So, but you could start reducing it. Hindi naman sa lahat ng oras bibiglain mo ang sarili mo. Paunti-unti nyo pong gawin, paunti-unti nyo pong bawasan ang paggamit ng social media or even other platforms. And by that, masasanay ka na from an hour of using social media, pwede malilesen to into 40 minutes, into 10 minutes, and so on. So, small steps. Unti-unti lang. Huwag nyo pong biglain. Because kapag binigla nyo, at some point, mawawalan din siya ng effectivity. You will just go back on using it again, on not tracking your time, using your social media accounts or using your gadget. So, unti-unti lang. Small steps tayo. Now, for the parents, this is your guide to keep your children safe on social media. Of course, katulad na sabi ko kanina, napaka-importante na monitor ng mga magulang ang paggamit ng kanilang mga anak sa social media. Of course, first, educate yourself on social media. Alamin natin kung ano ba yung mga apps na naka-download sa mga phones ng ating mga anak. Like, ito yung mga popular social media apps for kids and teens na nasa phone nila probably. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Tumblr, GroupMe, Kik, Messenger, WhatsApp, Discord. house party, group video chat, live.me or live.me, Whisper, Monkey, Meet Me, Omegle, Tinder, Scout, Yubo, Amino, and many more. So ito yung mga apps na posibleng makikita nyo sa mga social media, sa mga gadgets ng inyong mga anak. So let us all be mindful kung ano-ano ba talaga ang purpose of these apps. Talaga bang kailangan ito ng ating mga anak? Talaga bang makakatulong ito? Like for example, this Tinder, this Omegle, these are dating apps. Kung nakikita nyo ito sa inyong mga phones, sa mga phones ng inyong mga anak, alam niyo bakit meron silang mga ganong apps na naka-download sa kanilang phone? Would it really help them? Do they really need it? Diba? Kasi baka mamaya they're just using it kasi nakikita nila sa social media na ito yung madalas na apps na ginagamit ng ibang tao. So, alamin natin kung para saan ba, anong purpose ng mga apps na yan sa phone ng inyong mga anak. Establish an age limit for your child to start using social media. You should also take a look at what the required minimum age for each site. May mga required minimum age po tayo. There are times na kapag yung mga anak nyo lang po ang gumagawa ng kanilang mga social media accounts, nadadaya nila ang kanilang age. So, dapat po, lagi natin silang monitor. Kasi most social media sites require users to be 13 or older to create an account without their parents' permission. That is according to COPA or Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. So let's check kung baka nga naman mamaya hindi naman for their age ang apps na yan, but still naka-download ito sa kanila. Regularly check your child's privacy settings. Once your child has set up a social media account, it is important to remain vigilant about keeping their privacy settings updated. Social media sites are continually adding security settings to ensure that maximum protection is available. But oftentimes, they need to be updated manually by the user. Napaka-importante po na i-check natin yung kanilang privacy settings para maiwasan po na may mga hackers na makapasok or ma-infiltrate ng ibang tao. Keep your child's profile private. Of course, kailangan naka-private siya. Most social media sites give you an option to make your account private. This is an important step to take in order to keep their content private and away from people who may misuse it. Kailangan po kung sino lang po ang mga friends na mga anak niya sa Facebook, ang mga pina-follow nila sa Twitter, yun lang po talagang makakakilala nila. So that if ever that they may post some pictures, some videos, hindi po ito basta-basta makuha o magamit ng ibang tao. Make sure they are not posting personal details including phone numbers, address, or check-ins. Dito po tayo nagkakaproblema kaya minsan may mga bahay na nananakawan, may mga tao na nasa cyberbully, may mga tao na nagkakaroon or may mga nag-iisip ng crime in a certain household. Kasi there are times na napopost natin ang ating mga personal information. Like our phone numbers, madalas tayong maloko dyan, our address, and yung iba pang mga bagay. So, let us be mindful na yung mga personal details, it should not be really posted sa social media platforms. Kasi once na nakita ito ng mga other social media users, pwede nila itong magamit in some certain ways. That katulad nga nun, pwede kayong manakawan, pwedeng malaman kung saan kayo nakatira, may mga mag-stalk sa inyo. Pwede rin naman na lokohin kayo, ma-scam kayo ng ibang tao. So let us be mindful with that. Don't allow them to post photos or videos which jeopardize their safety or character. So while most people post pictures and videos with the best intention, it's easy for things to be taken the wrong way or out of context, and when everyone is online, the wrong message can have long-lasting consequences. Ito yung mga times na we post something, ang bilis nitong kumalat, and by the time na i-delete na natin siya, kalat na siya. So let us be mindful when it comes to posting photos or videos. Kasi may mga pictures, may mga videos tayo na which may harm other people or which may harm ourselves as well. Make sure they choose a strong password. Of course, you should not use yung mga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your birthday or your name. gawin yung mas creative ang paggawa ng password, mas mahirap malaman ng mga tao or mas mahirap ma-decipher or ma-decode. Kasi itong password na ito will strengthen your privacy. And of course, for the parents, kailangan po from time to time, i-encourage yung inyong mga anak or even the students as well to change your password para hindi po siya mabilis mabuksan ng kung sino-sino lang. Never allow them to accept friend requests from people they don't know. Of course, you all know this. If you don't know a certain person, kahit pa sino pa yan, kahit pa picture pa yan ng isang artista, if you really don't know that person, the name of that person, please do not accept them. Dito tayo nagsisimula sa mga cyberbullying, sa mga nandoloko sa internet, sa mga scam. So, iwasan po natin mag-accept, especially if we don't know them. Set guidelines or rules for their social media use. Of course, dapat merong habit, meron pong mga schedule lang. May mga limitations ang paggamit ng inyong mga anak sa kanilang mga social media accounts. Keep an open dialogue with your child. Of course, you cannot monitor them 24/7. But of course, dapat alam nyo pa rin kung ano yung ginagawa nila, what are their activities, ano yung mga download nila, would it really help them? Kailangan ba ito sa school? And kapag may mga problema, encourage them to talk to you. Yun ang napaka-importante kasi because of the social media, ito yung mga cyberbullying, mga social trafficking, mga hindi magagandang experiences na pwedeng ma-experience ng inyong mga anak, especially marami pong nandoloko using the social media platform. So, help them to be aware of this at iwasan nila yung mga ganito. That is why kailangan talaga nila na yung mga certain people lang talaga na kilala nila, yun lang yung nasa mga social media accounts nila, yun yung mga may nako-communicate nila sa kanilang mga social media platforms. Now, we're done with social media. Let us now proceed to online gaming. So, more than 4 and 5 internet users aged 16 to 64 around the world play video games every month. A total global gaming community of more than 3.5 billion people if we apply that figure to a total internet user population. So, sa ating full population, it was said that 3.5 billion na dito ang mga online gamers. The majority of gamers play games on their smartphones, wherein 69% of them are using their smartphones, but 25% internet users also report playing games on dedicated gaming consoles. The more dedicated gamers spend an average of 70 minutes per day playing console games, but this rises to more than 90 minutes per day for console gamers in Thailand, in Philippines, and in Saudi Arabia. So itong mga tatlong countries na ito, sila yung mas mataas kaysa sa average ang paggamit ng mga console games. People are spending more time watching other people playing games. Ito yung mga nakikita natin sa Facebook, sa Twitter, even sa YouTube, na mga mga videos kung paano laruin ang isang online game. Like for the Mobile Legends, for PUBG, di ba may mga gamers tayo na nila-live stream pa talaga nila yung kanilang way ng paglalaro so that matutunan din sila ng ibang mga aspiring gamers. And 1 in 5 internet users aged 16 to 64 watched a live stream of someone else's gameplay during the past days. Gamers spent more than 150 billion US dollars on games in 2019 at nag-increase ito ng 10%. And because of being a gamer, ang dami mo kasing kailangang bilhin, ang dami mong kailangang i-acquire sa mga characters mo pa lang para gumanda ang gameplay mo, ang dami mong kailangang gastusin. And even sa computer mo, sa desktop na gagamitin mo, or maybe sa laptop mo, ang dami mong kailangang i-upgrade. That is why a lot of people really spend their money for gaming. For sa mga mobile users din, it was approximately 65 billion US dollars yung nagagamit or nagagastos nila just to buy yung mga needs nila for gaming. So these are the top 10 most popular online games as of 20. Yan. So, yan yung mga nasa top 10 na baka mamaya po ay nilalaro din ng inyong mga anak. So, let us now talk about the advantages of online gaming. Of course, online gaming is a great source to develop early learning skill for younger children. May mga certain games po tayo na po pwede sa mga bata na because of that game, nai-improve ang kanilang skills like yung reading skills. But of course, kailangan pa rin with the guidance of the parents or even the teachers. It enhances memory, brain speed, and concentration. Some games can help improve a child's short and long-term memory and help the brain process information quicker. Because syempre may mga certain games na kailangan ng strategy, problem-solving skills, kaya natututunan or nakakatulong ito for their short and long-term memory. Of course, they could be multitaskers. Na-improve nito yung multitasking skills nila. They could build skills for future careers, like of course problem solving, analytical skills, and strategic thinking. It could promote teamwork and builds confidence. Of course, there are some games na grupo ang naglalaro, and they it promotes teamwork at syempre kailangan mag-work sila together in order to win a game. It provides a way to develop compassion. Provides a safe context to talk about fears because there are times na may mga problema pala or may mga worries ang inyong mga anak na minsan because of some games na merong mga chat, pwede ka rin makapag-chat with your playmates, doon nila na ilalabas ang kanilang mga saloobin. Now, why do children enjoy gaming? Bakit ba sila nag-enjoy when they're doing online games? Because first, gaming is fun. It is sociable. It is a good way to spend time. It encourages teamwork and it develops their skill. But of course, meron ding disadvantages ang online gaming. And these are, of course, the general health is at risk. Kasi ang haba ng oras na nakaupo, hindi na masyadong kumikilos, laging nakatutok sa screen, and because of that, makaka-experience ka ng eye strain, yung mga kamay mo din because kinokontrol mo yung mga controls kang ginagawa, hindi din siya yung nare-relax. That is why it could also be bad for our health. Some people with epilepsy, they are discouraged to do computer games kasi yung mga flashing images, tapos yung mga sleep deprivation, pwede siyang mag-trigger ng mga epileptic attacks. For this aggressive behavior, there are games, katulad ng pinakita ko kanina, the top 10 games, most of those games, mga aggressive games, yung mga nagbabarila, nagpapatayan. So, of course, these games may have an effect on the attitude of a person. Pwedeng madala nila ito sa pag-interact nila with other people. May mga nananakit, may mga nambubuli, may mga nagagawa nila yung mga act na ginagawa ng mga games na nilalaro nila, which is, of course, nakakahinder at nakakasama sa ibang tao. Games are all-consuming. It requires a lot of time. Yung mga times na hindi mo na magagawa yung hobbies mo because you're really focused on online gaming. At mas madami ang oras na binibigay mo doon kaysa lumabas ka ng bahay, kaysa gumawa ka ng gawain sa bahay, makipag-interact ka with other people. High cost because of the things that you really need to buy para mas maging maganda ang iyong paglalaro. And the average costing na or ang average na nagagastos ng isang tao can amount to $60. And paano pa kaya kung isa ka sa mga gamers na talagang really competitive, di ba? So, mas malaki ang magagastos mo sa paglalarong ito. Now, according to World Health Organization, they recognize gaming addiction as a mental health disorder. Now, should the parents worry because there is such thing as gaming disorder? So, as per World Health Organization, this mental health disorder is characterized by giving priority to gaming, despite the consequences in the person's social life, work life, and the degrading mental condition. The people who just don't care about anything but gaming are most susceptible to this disorder. So as long as the person cares about other things in life, such as hobbies, their homework, yung mga social activities nila, and hindi pa naman naglalast into 12 months, yung talaga nakatutok lang talaga yung tao na to sa paglalaro, we could not consider it as gaming disorder. So, always remember that dapat for at least 12 months, talagang gaming lang ang ginagawa ng tao na to. It hinders his or her hobbies, his or her activities. Hindi niya na nagagawa ang kanyang mga homeworks, ang kanyang mga projects, ang mga school activities, at hindi na rin siya nakakapag-socialize. Then, dapat mabahala na tayo kasi baka mamaya, it's gaming disorder. Now, ways on how students can better manage gaming time. So, para po sa inyong mga estudyante, para hindi kayo mapagalitan ng inyong mga magulang, para hindi kayo masabihan na more on online games kayo, kailangan po alamin po natin ito. Do complete your work first. Tapusin nyo muna lahat ng mga kailangan nyong tapusin. Especially yung mga projects ninyo, mga assignments ninyo, mga modules ninyo, tapusin nyo muna bago kayo maglaro. Don't lose sleep over it. So, of course, time-consuming ang paglalaro, but please do not deprive yourselves sa pagtulog. Kailangan nyo po ito because you are studying. And aside from that games, kailangan nyo pong makapag-concentrate sa mga bagay na inaaral ninyo. And because online classes tayo, mas bigyan nyo po ng oras ang pag-aaral and just spend a little time para sa online gaming. Set a time limit. Of course, kapag nag-online games, hindi naman po pwede na buong araw kang naglalaro. And kailangan nyo rin ng mahabang pahinga at ang pagtulog ng maayos. So, mag-set po tayo ng time limit. Maybe an hour a day, maybe 2 hours, para naman po magawa nyo pa din yung ibang mga activities nyo sa school. Don't spend too much time alone in your room gaming. Kasi po may mga negative impact po ito on your social skills and the quality of your relationship with other people, especially your peers and parents. And for the parents, please do not allow your children to have their games in their room for such a long time. Instead, pwede nyo silang bigyan ng setup na nakikita nyo pa rin sila or mas mabilis nyo silang napapansin even if they're playing games. Like yung mga communal space, lagyan nyo rin ng better environment sa kanila para hindi naman yung sobrang madilim, hindi naman yung sobrang tagong-tago, at sobrang mag-isa lang sila sa kanilang gaming place. Do get exercise. Of course, kahit naman po ang tagal nyo maglaro, you spend too much time on gaming, mag-exercise pa rin po. Kasi po, katulad ng sabi ko kanina, it may affect your health, it may affect your body posture, it may affect your eyes, your hands, and of course, exercising can improve your well-being, can improve your mood, can boost your self-esteem. So, iyan yung ilan sa mga bagay na kailangan yung tandaan, mga do's and don'ts when it comes to online gaming or playing online games. Now, parents' guide on keeping their child safe from online gaming. Of course, check the age rating of the games of your children and ensure that it is age appropriate. Kailangan po ay alamin ninyo kung tama ba sa kanilang edad ng kanilang mga nilalaro. Advise your child not to share personal details online or in their profiles. In the case of teens, it may be best to discuss the dangers of sharing information online. Napaka-importante po nito. As I've said earlier, marami pong mga hackers, mga nag-infiltrate, pwede pong makasama ito sa inyong pamilya kung malalaman ng ibang tao ang mga importanteng information tungkol sa inyo. Encourage your child to play fairly and treat other gamers with respect. This is really important. Of course, kahit naglalaro lang naman sila, importante na hindi sila gumagamit ng mga curse words. Importante na maayos pa rin ang pakikitungo nila sa ibang tao. Use family safety settings to protect your children from discovering games which may not be age content or appropriate. For many parents, it is useful to agree time limits ito po yung kailangan nating gawing habit sa mga estudyante, sa inyong mga anak, na may oras lang sa paglalaro at may oras din para sa kanilang pag-aaral. Playing games online can leave computer devices open to risk of a virus. Protect your computer by ensuring you have up-to-date antivirus software in place. Ensure your child knows how to report or block other players who engage in online harassment or any other unsuitable behavior. Kasi dito po nagsisimula yung mga cyberbullying, and also dito din pwedeng ma-acquire ng mga kabataan yung mga aggressive behavior. So kapag ganito po yung nangyayari, i-report, i-block, and of course, iwasan po na ma-acquire din yung mga aggressive or unsuitable behavior na iyan. Now, it takes a discipline not to let social media and even online games steal your time. Alam nyo po ang inyong mga limitasyon. Alam nyo po ang mga responsibilities nyo as a student, as a child. Please do take it seriously. At huwag natin gawing buhay natin ang social media and even the online gaming. Kasi marami pa tayong pwedeng magawa even outside those things. Pwede kayo makipag-socialize, makipag-interact, pwede nyong makaband ng mas matagal ang inyong mga kapatid, ang inyong mga pinsan, ang inyong mga magulang. So wag nating i-focus lang ang ating sarili sa paggamit ng social media and even sa online games. Now, these are my references. I do hope that you have learned something, and I am also encouraging you to answer our evaluation regarding this webinar so that we will know your feedback and for us to better improve our services. So, I hope na kahit papaano po ay may nabahagi po ako sa inyo to our dear parents and our students. I would like you to remember that in everything that we are doing, there are always disadvantages and advantages. May advantages po ang social media, but also meron din disadvantages. Same with the online gaming, there are advantages and disadvantages. Kaya po ang ating dapat gawin is alamin natin kung hanggang saan lang ba ang limitasyon, and let us be responsible on the things that we need to do. Like for the students, you are responsible to accomplish all your modules or all your activities bago po kayo gumamit ng social media or even online games. And for the parents, patuloy lang po natin i-monitor ang ating mga anak. Patuloy lang din po magkaroon ng open communication inside the household so that we will know kung paano natin malilesen or ma-reduce or kahit paano ay ma-regulate ang kanilang paggamit ng social media and also ng online gaming. So, maraming salamat po. I do hope that you will all participate in our upcoming webinars. Thank you very much. Let us all stay safe and we hope to really see you soon. Thank you po and God bless.